G'day guys, welcome back to the podcast. Don't we have a treat for you today as we're joined by WA midfielding young gun, the one and only Zane Trew. Firstly, thanks for jumping on, Zane. Means a lot. And can we get a bit of a backstory on yourself?
Yeah, no worries, guys. Pleasure to be here. So obviously, like I said, I'm from WA. I play footy at Swan Districts with a bloke you had on last week with Denver Granger Brass. So he's a good bloke and been down there all my life and played footy there and been involved in, state programs all the way through. And this year's been a big year for me and a lot of hard work to get to this point now. But that's pretty much it with footy. And then you're doing a bit of uni at the moment and just keeping myself busy, which is it's a busy time at the moment. So just keep the mind busy is good.
Yeah. So what got you into footy and at what age particularly?
Yeah, so Oz kick would have been when I first kicked off with footy. I don't remember much back then. I can't remember anything, but played from Oz kick all the way through to, obviously state footy now. And I was at Upper Swan Footy Club, went up to the Hills Rangers and won back-to-back premierships there. So pretty successful juniors. And then, at Swan Districts all the way up until, Colts and then training the league. So that's been me little journey so far.
So do you have any favourite memories whilst playing footy as such?
Like winning a couple of premierships in junior footy was obviously pretty exciting. Doing that with a few mates. And then as we've gotten older, probably the All Australian team that I was involved in, that was pretty unreal. Running out there on Marvel before I think it was St Kilda Adelaide game, I think. So that was awesome and something I'll hold pretty close to me, I reckon. Yeah.
So did you play any other sports than just footy, or was it footy kind of thing growing up?
Yeah. So I've done athletics all my life. Been a 400, 800, 1500 metre runner. So I love that. I'm pretty big on boxing as well. I've been doing boxing from around the age of 10. So I love that. I'm continuing to do that as well. So those are probably the two main ones other than footy. But obviously, the bit of social basketball and netball just to muck around with mates and stuff. That as well.
So if there was one player in today's game that you would compare yourself and your game style with, who would that be and why?
Yeah, I guess I take little parts of, obviously they're superstars, but Patrick Cripps, I love the way he goes about it. He's my favourite player by a long mile. So I love him. I think I play, a similar sort of role to what he does. Blokes like that. I guess a little bit of Sam Mitchell as well, I think. Blokes like that, I think I play pretty similar to, and obviously they're stars, and I'd like to be as good as them one day. So, yeah.
At what point of time did you sort of think, like, you can make a bit of a living off footy as such?
Yeah, I've always been the type of person that's always believed in myself and thought that I can get to the top level. Like back at school, you'd have people asking me, what do you want to do when you're older? And I've always just said AFL. And, people always doubt you and say, what are the chances of that happening? But I've always had that mindset of that's what I want to do. And I've always strived for that. And, I'm getting closer to that, hopefully being a reality within the next couple of months. So, I've just always stuck at it. And, it got me pretty far, I think.
So you're a gun midfielder at the moment. Was there any other sort of positions you played during your junior footy or, like, before you, say, moved to midfield if you played any others?
Yeah, so it's obviously mainly been midfield my whole life. But like I played on the wing, played up forward. Like I know my way around the goals, so it's always handy. So not much down back though. So need to be working on that, I think. Yeah.
You played in the 2018 Under-16 National Championships. What was that like to be selected, and what was the experience like?
Yeah, that was awesome. So being selected in that was obviously a great achievement, and all the group still stays in contact quite regularly. And that was, we should have won that. I think we were robbed that year. We kicked, 14 points against South Australia, and we definitely should have won. But that was still an unreal experience, and all us boys are pretty close still now. We all keep in contact. So, that was awesome.
In the same year, you also selected to play in the Under-16 All-Australian team. What was that like to play against some of the best talent in Australia for your age?
Yeah, again, that was awesome. yeah, again, all us boys keep in contact, and obviously a lot of them are doing great things as well, and all of them are pretty ranked pretty highly. So yeah, that's awesome, and that was unreal. That was my first sort of taste of playing against, I guess, men. There were some pretty big boys in that New Zealand team, as you'd think, or big rugby boys. So that was awesome, and it was great. Yeah.
So you've also been playing with Swan Districts in the waffle. How do you think that's helped with your footy moving forward?
Yeah, like Swans has been great. Obviously, I've been there since development squads all the way up to Colts, and yeah, I guess they're they hold a very close part to myself, and being there the whole time, they've helped me develop, and I've formed a lot of close connections with the coaches and that, and trainers and everything down there at Swan. So they've definitely helped quite a lot, and yeah, I'll always appreciate what they've done for me.
So you also suffered a shoulder injury last year. What was that like at the time?
Yeah, so like I did that in the All Australian game. So I did it in the first quarter, and obviously I played the rest of the game, didn't tell anyone, and at the time it was a bit silly, but looking back, I thought it's not the smartest thing to do, but I didn't want to come off, and I knew that it was probably a good decision to stay on there because it was the game I was in. But yeah, I guess looking back on it now, it's sort of given me a bit of an insight to what an injury is going to be like if I get another one, and it sort of prepared me well for next time if it does happen. I'll be ready to go and know what to do. So yeah, it was sort of a blessing, I guess, in disguise, but also a bit upsetting to miss a lot of footy. But yeah.
So if so, were there any positives that you took out of the injury?
Yeah, like I said before, it was a good learning experience. So if I do have another injury, I know what to think and how to prepare for it. Obviously, a shoulder's a pretty big injury, so you got to learn to have a lot of patience with things like that, and not get too carried away and rush into things. So that side of things, probably the big ones, I reckon. Yeah.
So you had the draft combine a few weeks ago, which you at WA and South Australia, I think, were one of the only two states really to do it since because of Corona and all that. What was that like as an experience?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Obviously, not the same as the real thing going to Marvel, but it's still still the same sort of stuff anyway. It's just at a different place, and still good to get all the testing done and show recruiters what you've got. And personally, I've improved on a lot of things, so it's good to show them that I've been improving and working hard. So yeah, it was awesome and good to do it with a quality bunch of lads. So yeah.
Do you have any advice for youngsters looking to maybe make a living off footy as well, or like follow in the footsteps and try and make it to AFL?
Yeah, I think just always believe in yourself. Personally, I've had a lot of people knock me and tell you can't do it, but personally, I'd just say to just always believe in yourself and never let anyone tell you can't do something, because the only thing stopping you is yourself, sort of thing. So I know I'm getting a bit inspirational here, but yeah, that's probably the main thing there. But yeah, also just have fun while you can, because in your junior footy, it's pretty easy, and then once you get into senior footy, it gets pretty serious. So enjoy it while you can, and obviously work hard at what you're doing, and yeah, it'll take care of itself, I think.
Yeah. Just before we finish it, this is a bit of a special bit. This one, not really do it much, but you mentioned you did a bit of boxing. I reckon if you get drafted to a Victorian club, I might have to come down, maybe have a boxing match with Archie. He thinks he's a bit of a boxer. I've got some footage here.
Oh.
Here we go, show us.
Green shorts, white gloves.
Here we go.
It's shit filming, but anyway.
Let's have a look.
Shout out to George Evans.
Fighting a 7-foot monster.
Oh, yeah, man. I think you might.
Go the knockdown one.
Oh, I gotta find it.
That is shocking.
And we also want to know.
It's some shit fighting, but it's funny.
We also want to know, is it a knockdown or not? There's been a bit of controversy. We want to know if it's a knockdown or not. Leave it in the comments.
Yeah, here we go.
There we go.
Oh, I don't know. You got to put that in there.
There we go.
You can't really claim that. There's not enough evidence, I reckon.
Oh, mate. Oh, came
Maybe
out.
from a side view, you might be able to see it, but you can't see it from that angle, mate. Can't back you.
We'll cop that in the chin.
Couple of chin and move on. Anyway, thanks Zane for coming on, and thanks everyone for listening to this week's episode. Don't forget to check out our Insta. It'll be linked down below, and check out Zane's. It'll also be linked down below. And best of luck for the upcoming draft.
Thanks, boys. Really appreciate that. Thanks,
Thanks, Dan.
Good to meet you.
You.
You too.